Garrett with us here. He is the new town manager here, and we're just chatting it up a little bit, getting to know you. And your first appearance here to WSKI, we gave him the tour. It took an hour or so. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It's a wonder. It's really fun to be on this side of the camera too. You know, I didn't acknowledge I've been watching WSKI since I was, probably around 8 years old. It's been a staple of the community, and I'm just so glad it's here, and the set's looking better than ever, I think. So
it is. We got some nice Jordan lumber right here. We're very happy with it. Let's talk about some town things. What's hot? What's some hot topics and things that you're working on? People would like to know.
Great question. Yeah. So, and I'm sure that's on people's minds at homecoming. Probably the number one thing that we've heard this summer is people wondering about the rail trail. The narrow gauge rail trail is also a staple of the community.
Sure.
We all use it, biking, skiing, dog walking. It's just a wonderful multi-use asset. And it was unfortunately last December, sections of it were just taken out by that huge storm. So it's been a long process to get that going. When Dave retired in June, a huge goal of mine was to keep the ball rolling and keep that momentum going, make sure that we got the commitment from FEMA that he had worked on by applying for FEMA storm repair funds. And the good news is that those funds are not just going to help us repair. There's a lot of funding for what they call mitigation. I like to think of resiliency, which is trying to set up the boulders along the river in a way that helps prevent such massive erosion in the future. The river might swell over the banks, but so that's it's not quite safe enough to open yet, but you'll see a substantial improvement. We should be able to ski on it come ski season by the time the snow flies. That's the hope. That's the goal. And Jordan's was helped. We're getting really well on our way there. So that's exciting. That's probably number one. Another thing that's come up, common question, is four-season. How can we make this town more exciting the rest of the year outside the ski season? Because we know it's plenty exciting during the ski season. If you were here in the 90s or even before that, the 80s, you might have seen tumbleweeds blowing around in the summer. It's come a long way. There's so much amazing mountain biking, and there will be next year downhill mountain biking. The golf course, of course, has been a huge asset, and people will hear about a new proposal Sugarloaf's working on for a 9-hole that they're asking the town to be involved with. We'll let someone else do the bulk of explaining there, but there's a lot of interesting things. Good.
Yeah,
okay, so that's coming up.
Yeah.
So many things in the mix. I'm very optimistic, if not, it's not pie in the sky thinking to look out a few years and see this place becoming even more robust than it is now in the spring, summer, and fall.
Right.
Yeah.
How is it to just jump into the middle of the river? Dave Cote leave you some good breadcrumbs?
He said, yeah, everything's set up very nicely. He was led the town for 24 years. And I couldn't be more grateful for him and Billy Gilmore. A lot of people know he's still nearby in Kingfield. Just a nice, rich history of people who have devoted long careers. So some towns have town managers that are around for a few years. I love the fact that Billy and Dave were here for decades, there's no shortage of things to work on. Dave teed a million. It's almost like getting to a golf course and seeing 20 different balls laid out and just tee them all off and hope they all get to the hole.
Well, you won't be bored.
No,
Plenty to do.
No shortage. Yeah, and same goes for the staff. I love to acknowledge Wendy, Sasha, Chris, clerk, treasurer, code officer, Mike, the assessor, Tom, the airport manager. I don't want to leave anyone out. It's an amazing crew, and the select board, you all know, everyone knows them. They've been really also important community members and leaders for a long time, and so the town's been blessed by all of the people who come before me, and I'm just trying to do them all justice.
And it's a tall order to fill, and we are welcoming you, and we appreciate you, your enthusiasm, and your passion for Sugarloaf. I think that's a top thing. You need to have that.
Yeah.
And we are looking forward to years of your fine management here in Carrapassett Valley, and hope that you will come back here on WSKI TV.
Anytime, absolutely. Or on the hill.
On the hill. We could do it on the hill.
Great.
Maybe I could get a snowboard lesson from you.
Yeah, happy to. I taught at Perfect Turn for years. Would be happy to.
There you go. We're going to put that on the calendar. Thank you so much, Garrett Corbin. He is the new town manager.